again. I relapse, but love has never left me. Perhaps I should have found a way to pay it back. But if I get what you take, only take enough to swallow the pain. Drown the pain until it all wash away. From the night to the day, you dream, you forgive my mistake. It becomes another habit to break. I'll replay it till the guilt turns to shame. From the night to the day, you dream right away. Who needs a heart that tears apart? Ruminating cycles me back at the start, time and time again. I relapse, but your love is always waiting. Perhaps I can't save myself, so I fade to black. But if I get what you take, only take enough to swallow the pain. Drown the pain until it all wash away. From the night to the day, you dream right. You forgive my mistake. It becomes another habit to break. I'll replay it till the guilt turns to shame. From the night to the day, you dream Give and take, only take enough to swallow the pain. Drown the pain until it all wash away. From the night to the day, you forgive my mistake. It becomes another habit to break. I'll replay it till the guilt turns to shame. From the night to the day. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? It's the end of the weekend, but I still wanna turn up. Yeah, I still wanna turn up. All I want is to go again, but you ain't picking your phone up. Why you messing my head up? Any night, any day, let me take you away. All I need is just saying yeah, 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 yeah. Better nights, better days, when you're here with me, babe. Cause you're all that I crave, so I wonder, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Don't hide away from me when I need you most. We got love guaranteed, and I have to know, say, where are you? Where are you? Don't be so hard to reach, just pick up your phone. Tell me where you'll be, cause I gotta know. Let me know when you're ready, cause I made reservations. Too many invitations, and the last night was heavy. I need communication. Tell me where's your location. Used to talk 24/7, every other second, just to make sure we were up to date. Now it's closer to 11, and I ain't hearing nothing. I just need to know that you're okay. Hide away from me when I need you most. We got love guaranteed, and I have to know, say, where are you? Hey, don't be so hard to reach, just pick up your phone. Tell me where you'll be, 'cause I gotta know. Any night, any day, let me take you away. All I need is you saying yeah, yeah. Better nights, better days, when you're here with me, babe. 'Cause you're all I crave, so I wonder, where are you, baby? Don't hide away from me when I need you most. We got love guaranteed, and I have to know, say, so hard to reach, just pick up your phone, tell me where you'll be, 'cause I gotta know.
I can hear them thinking out loud, loud. Simple people acting so proud, proud. I hear them talking about us, yeah, yeah, yeah. I can hear them thinking out loud. One might think it's obvious, please don't spill your mind when you don't have a clue, hey. They don't know about us, babe, they don't know about us. They can think what they want, baby, but they don't know a thing. Even if they did have a glimpse of our truth, they wouldn't know about us, no, they wouldn't know about us. They keep wishing that I'd fall in line, but you and me, babe, we're one of a kind. One might think it's obvious, please don't spill your mind when you don't have a clue, hey. They don't know about us, babe, they don't know about us. They can think what they want, baby, but they don't know a thing. Even if they did have a glimpse of our truth, they wouldn't know about us, no, they wouldn't know about us, They don't know about us, They don't get it, babe, living in a cruel world. It's a rare thing to do just what we do, love. Hold your head high and do it by your own terms. They don't get it, babe, no, they don't get it, babe. They don't know about us, babe, they don't know about us. They can think what they want, baby, but they don't know a thing. Even if they did have a glimpse of our truth, they wouldn't know about us, no, they wouldn't know about us.
I'ma need safety. Tell her I can't snake me. Ray gun off safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't faze me. I'm going, I keep it factual. I'm on sabbatical. I'm out in Central America. I need a break from hysteria. Park like the one with the carousel. I get it lit in your area. I'm locked to the vision, it couldn't be clear. You couldn't pay me to care enough. I dare you to hate me supreme with the sound through the stereo. So turn it up loud when you hearing us. We live and it's good in your area. My mama proud, she tearing up and it's going down. Got your girl aroused by these massive stacks like 100 pounds. Running big laps till the sun is down like 100 miles. Tinted frames on me leaning down. I'm winning now. Been a while, you ain't like me then, but how you like me now? Real one, if I hold you down, I'ma keep it there till we in the ground. Jet black when I paint the town, only blue sheets when they pay me now. Treat it setback like a step back. Wave, I got the game in a vice grip. Way up when the virus clear. All the homies on the flight list. Verbally gifted, take the plot and I twist it. Got a big lit. Sex with the incense, got my mind rents, won't stop, I'm relentless. I'ma need safety, till the op can't snake me. Ray gun off safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't face me. I'm going, I want a grill for the mouthpiece, so bright that it light on my face. Your shawty just call me a fave, cause she like my character traits. I never stop for a break. I put a lock on the game. I put a stock in my name, but I give a f about the fame. I took a bite out of life and it tastes so exquisite. It feel like you do when you look in my pendant. Hopeless romantic, my girl, chin up for the kid. I'm not on no simps. Won't stop till the youngest he dreams. Wanna take her from rags to riches. I heard that you claim that you know me, but you ain't the homie, the f is your friendship. I need the loyalty, bag up the royalty. I give a f if you notice me. Ain't nobody holding me. Big wave at your shoreline, so they know it's me. Babe boy from the cold seas. Nitro with a new pen, going ISO, tell him don't reach. Ice cold with it, no fleece. I'ma need safe.
Yo.
I've been working overtime like crazy.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
How I really feel.
Haven't
had a single day of duty.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Just to show you that my love is real.
You know what I need to do? I need to pull up my chat.
You even care.
Everybody hit the like button real quick before the show starts. If you in here, hit the thumbs up button on the video before the show starts. Take care of your boy. Take care of your boy. Can you do that for me?
I just wanna take another look at you so our eyes can finally meet.
Can you do that for me? I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. I see the likes going up. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. It helps, you know. I see them. See, I got this little thing on my screen. When you guys hit the like button, it like flies up. It flies up on my screen. I love it. Thanks for your support. Edward is back. Edward is back. One of my favorite YouTubers. One of the smartest people in the space. I see you, Snuggles. Wow, you guys doubled the likes. Just me asking you, the likes doubled. It was only 7 and now it's 14. Just like that. It's not even 14 people here. Hey, M. Mills. What's up, Snuggles? You coming to get the game? I read what you said. I see what you said. What y'all talking about in the chat? Edward says, let's keep it real. Women associate cooking with submission. And that's why they don't cook anymore. Is that how you ladies look at it? You look at cooking as submission, even though you got to cook for yourself? It makes no sense. What up, Clement? Nathan Theodore Francis is here. Is it submission? I'm adding that to my notes. Edward says it's submission. Welcome to another episode of High Value Shan, where not only is Shan a high value man, so is the content. I'm going live 3 times today. I told you guys. Went live earlier this morning. Going live now. I'm going live again at 6:15 Pacific Standard Time. So we're going to keep this one short. I was going to talk about something else, but I decided to switch to this. What's up, Simsia? Nathan is in the house. Edward says, out of 10, how many women know how to make a cake? Out of 10, how many women know how to make a cake? Also, in the next 20 years, do you think we're going to see the rise in Thanksgiving being delivered? Ooh, I didn't even consider that. See, this is why Edward is one of my faves. He be bringing shit. He rattles my mind. Are we gonna get to a point where we're gonna have Thanksgiving delivered? Nobody's even gonna cook Thanksgiving dinner anymore. It's gonna be a Thanksgiving. It's gonna be a dinner, but the cooking element is gonna be removed. I started to talk about this topic later on towards Thanksgiving this month, but I had to talk about it now. I wanted to talk about it right now. Mickey, Mickey, I'm getting your message. I'm getting your DMs, Mickey. What you talking about? Mickey? Talking about my zaddy shirt? That's what I am. That's a term of endearment. That is when you get over 45 years old, you officially reach zaddy status. It's an accomplishment. There's certain traits that you have to have in order to be considered a zaddy officially. I'll talk about it. I have a podcast. 6 things that all men over 40 need to have and do in order to be a zaddy. That's the basic minimum. Edward is saying, yo, they might not even have Thanksgiving dinner being cooked at home in the next 20 years. In the year 2041. I'm sorry. 2041. In the year 2041. Will we even be cooking anymore? You know those times when grandma's in the kitchen. I don't know about your family. I don't know how you guys were all raised. Some of you guys single parent homes. Some of you guys big families. To the people with the big family, remember when Big Mama be in the kitchen? She got all the women were in the kitchen. Men couldn't go in there. It had to stay out. Men had to stay away. We weren't allowed. We were outside. The fellas were outside. And all the women gathered around in the kitchen doing their specific tasks to bring forth that wonderful Thanksgiving dinner. Edward is asking, in 20 years from now, will that even be here? I just want to have a conversation. Lakeisha, salute. It was once said in olden times that a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. However, it seems modern women are saying, damn that. Damn that. Don't give a damn about finding my way to his heart. And I'm damn sure ain't gonna make it through his stomach. Women, they prefer to rack up credit card bills and eat out. Postmates and Uber Eats is doing well these days. Women don't even have the desire to cook for men. Ladies, pull up. Let's discuss it. That's the description. That's the description of today. Everybody, please pile in. Have a seat. We're going to talk about this because you guys, I know this is hitting home for some of you guys. This particular topic is hitting home for some of you guys. This particular topic is hitting home for some of you guys. Today, I went to Subway Sandwich. If you look at my story or my timeline at Instagram, or if you go over to the short, I posted a short right here on my YouTube channel, 45-second video. That was inspired by something I witnessed in Subway Sandwich. I got hungry, as I do. We all have to eat. We all get hungry every single day. Ain't that crazy? Every human being on the planet eats every single day. At least we should. Every single human being on the planet is hungry every day. Today I got hungry. And as I pondered what to eat, I landed on Subway Sandwich to go get me a Subway Sandwich, foot long. While I was in Subway Sandwich, there was a couple, an older gentleman and a younger girl. There's an older gentleman and a younger girl at Subway Sandwich, up in Ladera Heights. If you're in LA, you know the Subway Sandwich in the same parking lot as Home Depot, up right past La Brea, between La Brea and La Cienega on Slauson. I was at that Subway Sandwich, the one next to Dunkin' Donuts. I was in there. And I was sitting down eating my food. A couple came in. And they already seemed kind of, he seemed perturbed. And so when she was ordering her sandwich and she was having the sandwich specialist put the sandwich together, she couldn't decide as to what she wanted. She wasn't sure. She was asking the lady, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And the dude was dressed like he was working on some shit. Because there's a Home Depot right there. There's a Home Depot right next to this Subway Sandwich. It's in the same parking lot. So clearly, they probably ran over to Home Depot to get some building materials. She was hungry. She was kind of like just wearing some chill shit. She wasn't dressed like she was building anything. So she was probably driving. And she probably was like, yo, I'm hungry. Let's go get some food. So they went over to Subway Sandwich. I'm guessing all of this. I'm assuming because the dude was dressed like he was working on some stuff, like he was building. He had on like some Dickies and shit. Older gentleman, younger girl. He's a pretty decent looking brother though. And the girl was pretty cute too. She was asking the Subway Sandwich lady to put her sandwich together. And she wasn't sure what she wanted. She was asking the lady all these, well, what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? Well, should I get lettuce or should I get spinach? I remember her asking, should I get lettuce or should I get spinach? Are those hot? Are those peppers? Are those hot? How like they hot or like just kind of hot? Asking shit like that. And the dude was just kind of like, God damn. Mr. Awesome is here. Salute. My man was like, God damn. God damn. We got shit to do. Come on. He was asking her, she was asking her all these questions. And when they got to the sauce, at the end, if you ever been to Subway, and you get to the end, you got to decide what kind of sauce you want to put on your sandwich. She couldn't decide what sauce she wanted. That he had enough. He blew up. He said, God damn, just pick one. We shouldn't even be here anyway. You don't even cook. It's like, whoa. He was like, God damn, just pick one. You don't eat. We shouldn't even be here. You don't cook. I'm picturing it now. What up? I'm listening. The man was frustrated because he was even in Subway Sandwich to begin with. The man said, God damn, just pick a sauce. You took all this time to decide if you wanted lettuce, or if you wanted spinach, if you wanted pepperoncinis and how hot the pepperoncinis were. She couldn't pick what bread she wanted. She didn't know if she wanted the bread with is it jalapeno?
To the real world.
Shout out to Jan for subscribing. Welcome to the real world. We got a new subscriber in the house. Thank you for subscribing. She couldn't pick it. He was already frustrated, man. He didn't. When they came into the store, he looked perturbed. Like God damn, let's just hurry up. I got shit to do. I just need to come get these, I just need to come get these parts from Home Depot. You hungry? She couldn't figure out what sandwich she wanted. She couldn't figure out what bread she wanted. She couldn't figure out if she wanted lettuces or spinach. Didn't know how hot pepperoncinis are. And when she got to the sauce, she didn't know what sauce she wanted. The man blew up. He said, God damn, just pick one. We shouldn't even be here. You don't cook though. And it got me thinking. Now she snapped back at him. And I saw him say, you know what? I'm not even going to bother arguing with you. I saw him make a decision in his mind that he didn't even want. He knew how to pick and choose his battles. You see, when you get older, you tend to know how to pick and choose your battles. You tend to keep quiet most often. That's what inspired me to make the post. Because he was quiet the entire time. He snapped for a second and then he went back quiet again. That's what inspired my post. But the point is, he was upset that she don't even cook. Older gentleman, younger girl, they were dating, but she don't cook. And he was pissed. Ladies, why don't you cook these days? Why don't you cook? Listen, the reality is I don't cook. Let me tell you guys a story. Shannon Rawls does not cook. I don't. Willie says women acquiring all this education but don't want to read a recipe book. They're acquiring all this education. You're going to school to get all these degrees. And the one textbook you won't buy is a cookbook. I don't cook. I tell people, as amazing of a man I am, there's one thing that I fail at is nutrition. My mother cooks. My sister cooks. My mother always cooks. They've always tried to teach me how to cook. I never wanted to learn. That's the one thing I didn't want to reserve any space in my brain. Hey, Janet. Oh, you saw me at Lapif? I'm glad you're here, love. I'm loving that hair. Loving that hair. What up, Snook? No, I don't cook. I never have. True story. Shan don't cook. I tell people of all the shit that I know, I never wanted to reserve any space in my brain on how to cook. I do not know how to make lasagna, spaghetti. I don't know how to make a steak. I don't know how to charbroil a burger. Forget about a barbecue grill. Forget about grilling. You can forget about it. I don't know how to make homemade macaroni and cheese. I don't know how to make cranberry sauce. I don't cook, you guys. I don't. That's the one thing I don't do. I could do everything else, though. I could do more than most people. I could build a house from the ground up. I could build out a race car. I could build a dragster. I could build a computer. I know how to create a network. I know how to run a company. I know how to fashion design. I know how to make a movie. I know how to do amazing things. The one thing I never felt like doing was cook. It's two things I've never done that traditionally a lot of guys know how to do. Cook, and I don't care about professional sports. Cook and professional sports. I don't do either one. And one of the reasons why probably is my mother. I watched my mother take care of my pops in the cooking department all my life. For 49 years, I watched my father cover my mother I watched my mother cover my father in cooking. Without no problem. And so I always probably, in my mind, I'm going to just keep it 100 with you guys. I probably always assumed I'm going to find me a cold woman. Women love to cook, right? See, when I was growing up, they had cooking class. In school, they had home economics. They don't have these classes anymore. I didn't know that I'd be interested in dating women that either didn't take those classes or never even heard of them. When I was in school in the 80s, they had cooking class. I took wood shop and automotive class in photography. I took photography when I went to Birmingham High School. I took automotive shop when I was at Birmingham High School. I took wood shop and metal shop, and then was in sports when I was at Chatsworth High. I did the boy shit. The girls did the cooking stuff. And I figured that I'd always land me a woman that would just love to cook. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Kim says, Shan, do you have a chef or you eat out every day? I'm a hybrid. So I have somebody who does meal prep, but I don't hire them every week. So then I eat out. I spend thousands of dollars a month eating out. I know, right? It's ridiculous. Thousands of dollars eating out. Hey, Toya. Hey, Toya. It's good to see you, love. I spend thousands of dollars eating out. So my idea was to always make enough money and be the provider that I needed to be so I can make sure that I gave my woman the best ingredients that she needed. See, I know how to shop. I know how to go to a grocery store. I'll buy you the best of the best. I will purchase the best of everything. All the way down to the condiments. I'll get the most expensive ketchup. I'll get the most expensive mustard. I'll get the expensive everything. I'll get the best of the best. And in my mind, I said, I'll make the money that I need to make. And I'll bring the best ingredients. See, growing up, my father did all the grocery shopping. My mother didn't grocery shop. My father, I grew up watching my dad pull up to the house with a trunk full of groceries. And young Shan had to go out to the car and get them. I had to haul them in the house. My father brought home the groceries. My mother cooked it up. And I was under the impression that that's how life was supposed to be. I was under the impression that that's what women would do. But that's not the case these days. So what I learned now is that women want a high value man. But are you doing what that man wants you to do? I realized that I was hoping that I'd be able to land me a woman who'd be interested in cooking and being happy to cook the way I saw my mother happily cooking for my father. But they don't make that model woman anymore. Unfortunately, that model has been discontinued. Unfortunately, the manufacturers have discontinued that model. And here I am left to fend for myself without the desire to cook. So ladies, I ask you, what value do you bring men? Because everybody got to eat. We all got to eat every single day. We have to eat every single day. What value do you bring men? You know, we talk about, hold on a second. My iPad just keeps ringing. We talk about traditional, modern, and gender specific roles. Husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, man, woman. What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? See, these days, men love to cook. Men are doing a whole lot of stuff that women traditionally used to do. And women are doing a lot of stuff that men are traditionally used to do. I think Edward says something. Hey, Drea. Edward says something in the chat. Something about 50-50. I'd have to scroll up and find it. Edward, post it again if you're still here. What up, Joel? Good to see you here, bro. So I was under the impression that if I made the bread that I needed to make to get the best ingredients that I needed to get, I could pass those ingredients on to a good woman, and a good woman to fry it up and make us a yummy meal. But today, in my dating experience, in my marital experience, women ain't checking for cooking nothing. They might cook once, maybe here and there sporadically if they feel like it. Other than that, they order in food. I'm just here to have a conversation. Ladies, I want you guys to pull up. Ladies, I want you guys to cam up. Or you don't even have to come on camera, but I want to hear your voice. Pull up. I want to talk about it. Women talk about wanting a certain type of man, but are you the type of woman that man wants? Everybody got to eat. Everybody has to eat. And I'm going to be honest with you. Not everybody wants to go to a restaurant or order Postmates every night. Every night? Every night? There was this young girl I was dating. She would always talk about, oh, I'm a cook, because you put out there the things that you want. Like, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm into fitness. I work out. I work hard. I'm into fashion. I do what I do. I just don't cook. You won't catch me. I got a dope kitchen. You should see my kitchen. I got 34 square foot refrigerator and freezer. I got convection. I got the dopest, the flyest shit, expensive shit. Unused. She would always talk about like, oh, if you want me to cook for you, then you. One time she told me, she said, you want me to cook for you, you got to have groceries. I opened up the freezer. I showed her a freezer full of groceries. She was like, oh, I didn't even know that was there. Because you don't care to cook. Had greens and fish fillets and all kind of shit in there. Frozen. She was like, oh, I didn't even know that was there. I know you didn't. Because you are not interested in doing what the men you claim you want. Women are not doing what the men they want. We talk about what do you bring to the table. See, some guys ask, what do you bring to the table? That's not the question I want young men to ask women. Women don't have to bring anything to the table. They have to just bring their value, bring themselves and have a seat. But the question that you do have to ask yourself, ladies, is what value do you bring a man? And the value is dependent upon the needs of that individual guy. For me and most men, we got to eat. Do you realize how terrible it is to work a long 18-hour shift, 14-hour shift, 12-hour day, 10-hour day, just to get home and realize there's nothing hot for you to eat? That's the worst. Salute to Black Wealth and Power. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Thank you for the $2 super chat. He says, have you considered dating foreign women? Black Wealth and Power says, Shan, have you considered dating foreign women? Yes, of course. I've considered it. Is it easy for me to travel and go do that? Yes. But I'm in Los Angeles. I'm in Los Angeles, California. That's where I live. I'm right in the Crenshaw district. And again, I keep bringing up my guy, Edward. Edward is of the mindset that we don't need to necessarily travel to go get women. There's women right here in America, foreign born or foreign minded women right here in America. My only thing, though, I love Black women. I love black. I've never had sex. I've never had sexual intercourse with a white woman. And I've had lots of sex. I don't want to give you guys my body count. It's embarrassing. It's too high to say. And of that, I've never had sexual intercourse with a white woman. The thing is, I like the way white women are physically are starting to look. Ooh. See, I'm 49 years old. So imagine how white women look back in the day. They didn't look like they look like today. So I've considered dating out, but I don't really talk to, I naturally attract myself to African-American women. Now, here's the thing. Will I date somebody else other than black? Sure. But if the opportunity presents itself, I probably would. I just don't make myself available for others. I don't make myself available for others, man. I like my sisters. I be checking for my sisters. I check for women of color. I just check for women of color. But I understand the nature of your question. The nature of your question is, Shan, why don't you date somebody else who has the cooking, the value of cooking in, she's indoctrinated with the value of cooking. Why don't you date a woman who has the nature of cooking embedded in her software? Hey, Brittany, I love you too. Janet said loads of black women from overseas are living where you are. You know what? I'm going to join these dating apps. I'm going to do a tutorial on these dating apps. I'm going to jump up on these dating apps. I'm on the dating apps. I'm just not active. I'm on them, but it's all the notifications are turned. I'm not active on them. So I'm going to jump on those and I'm going to talk about, because I'm going to do a show called How to Properly Use a Dating App. And the women, they like me on there and I get all different kinds, but I don't know. Because I don't think that this is a necessarily issue, especially this cooking thing, is necessarily a problem with black women. I think it's women by and large. I think many people of a lot of cultures is having an issue with this. Women just aren't cooking anymore, but women, they want a man with the means to provide, the means to protect. They want a man with a big dick and great credit. You want him to be tall, straight teeth. And then you ask women, well, what are you valuable for? What value are you bringing the men that you want? And then they draw a blank. Every time I ask that question to women, they draw a blank. Well, I'm supportive. It's the basics. I'm supportive. I'm cooperative. It's like they don't even know what to say. Shout out to Mr. Awesome for $5 super chat. Thank you, Mr. Awesome. He says, my dad is a damn carpenter by trade, and I recently started working under him. That man is the best cook. I know my stepmom cooks most times though. Mr. Awesome's father is a cook himself. Even though he's a carpenter, he's the best cook, and his stepmom still does a lot of the cooking. Shout out to you, Mr. Awesome. Thank you for the super chat, bro. It's supposed to pop that up automatically. I got to see what's up with that. Everybody, are you guys hitting the like button? It's only 37 likes. We got 54 people in here. Can you please hit the like button on the video? If you're watching it on your mobile phone, hit the X button to remove the chat. Hit the like and then come back to the live chat. Thank you for hitting the like button. I appreciate that. We're going to talk about it. Ladies, I just want to have a conversation with you because you guys are claiming you know what you want in a man. I don't think there's a man out there that don't want a woman that know how to cook, but for some reason you guys don't believe that you need to do that. Edward says that it's because you guys liken it to submission. Is that what it is? Ladies, are you guys having an issue with submission? Because my thing is, you cook anyway, right? Why is it that why won't you even cook for yourselves? And if you do cook, do you have an issue with cooking for somebody else? What difference does it make if you put 2 eggs in the pot instead of 1? What difference does it make if you make enough portions for 2 people versus 1? You got to cook for yourself. So what's the issue with cooking for somebody else? I dated a girl before I got married to my last wife, because remember, I'm twice married, twice divorced. Friends with both my exes. But between those 2 wives I was dating this one girl. Somebody I really adored. She always posts on her page what she cooked. She's always posting what she cooked. Always, and it was always something healthy, like asparagus and salmon and shit like that. You know, kale, brown rice. And she'd always post about this meal she made. I ain't never tasted her food in my life. She can cook for herself, but she wouldn't cook for me. What is that? Ladies, why won't you cook for a man, but you'll cook for yourself? Why won't you cook for a man, but you have absolutely no problem cooking for yourselves? What difference does it make if you fry 2 eggs instead of 1? What difference does it make if you put in 4 strips of turkey bacon instead of 2? Why not toast 4 slices of bread instead of 1? Shout out to Clement Gray for the super chat. It's not showing the super chat. I wonder why. Clement Gray says, my wife cooked mostly during the week. Friday and Saturday, we ate out. Even when angry, until she left in July, said she felt like a slave. Wow. I'm gonna have to throw that up on the screen. He says his wife cooked mostly during the week, and on Friday and Saturday, they went out to eat, even when angry, until she left in July. Said she felt like a slave. Clement, you should pull up. I want to talk to you. I'm assuming that you and your wife, based on what you wrote, I'm assuming you and your wife broke up in July just a few months ago. My condolences, man. I'm all about black love. I'm all about love, period. I hate that you guys broke up. We need families to be together. But you said your wife felt like a slave? What the fuck? What's wrong with you ladies? How do you feel like a slave? You gotta cook. Okay, do you think that she stopped cooking suddenly? Women don't cook no more? So you feel like a slave because you cooking for somebody else, but the moment that you hungry, you don't have no problem running into the kitchen. I heard a woman tell me that she didn't want to cook for her own children because she said the children didn't feel appreciated. I mean, the children didn't appreciate her cooking. What? This kind of shit. I've heard some of the weirdest shit from you women. I've heard some of the weirdest shit from you women. Fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. That's a requirement for all high value men, period. There's no option. It's not an option. You don't get to do 3 of 5. You don't get to do 4 of the F's and skip the 5th. You got to be all 5 if you want somebody of high value. Fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun is required. Cooking is part of that. And if you don't do that, ain't nobody checking for you. Not a man of value. And it doesn't matter if he can afford to eat out all the time. It don't matter if I got the bread to go and take you to dinner all the time. Take you to breakfast all the time. Go to brunch, lunch all the time. It has nothing to do with if I can afford it. It has everything to do with, how about us bonding? Bonding together over a meal that was prepped in the home. But women, you somehow think that it's submissive. My man just said that his wife felt like a slave. Felt like a slave. Shout out to Black Wealth and Power for the $5 super chat. Females are expecting tangibles and skills from men, but isn't it right that we expect the same? Women are, shout out to you for supporting the channel, Black Wealth and Power. Shout out to you for supporting the channel, Black Wealth and Power. Every time somebody hits us with a super chat,
being number one isn't easy.
Being number one isn't easy. I want all the soldiers to throw up a 1. In your emojis, you'll see the little number, the number 1 as the first emoji. When somebody is supporting the channel, members of the army, please.
Being number one isn't easy.
Hit them with a number one. Hit them with a one. Thank you. Black Wealth and Power says women are expecting tangibles and skills from men. Isn't it only right that we expect the same? Expectations. Women, are you meeting the expectations of the men that you desire? I don't think you are. And that's why you're not getting the outcomes that you're looking to get. That's why you're not getting the outcomes that you're looking to get. Thank you, Mr. Awesome. Thank you, Lakeisha. Hit him with that one.
Being number one isn't easy.
Thank you for the super chat. Being number one isn't easy. We're all number ones over here. Top shelf. I've never had a woman cheerfully cook for me. Is that a crazy statement to make? I've never had a woman cook for me with glee. My man, his wife just left in July. She said she felt like a slave. Ed said that women don't cook because you ladies feel like it's submitting, and heaven forbid you submit to your man. So as a result, Postmates and Uber Eats and restaurants, they're doing well these days. They're doing well these days because women don't cook anymore. Modern women don't cook. And ladies, I'm talking to you. Think about it. Okay, here we go. Let's do a test. How many women own a cookbook? How many women in the chat own a cookbook? If you own a cookbook, say me, M-E. Right in the chat. To let me know that you own a cookbook, say me. I'm gonna throw your name up on the screen. I'm gonna burn you into this video. If you own a cookbook, not borrowed one from your mother, you actually are the owner of the cookbook. Say me. I'm curious. Miss Parker, back to basics. She says she owns a cookbook of her own. Jetta says she don't need one. Uh-oh, red flag. Red flag. Kim Coleman owns a cookbook. Moments with Mickey, she owns a cookbook. Miss Drea owns a cookbook. Just Kia owns a cookbook. M Mills is an owner of a cookbook, not a borrower of a cookbook. Not I got a cookbook. Not I downloaded one. I don't care if you downloaded a recipe off the internet. LaRonda owns a cookbook. Lakeisha owns a cookbook. Mika owns a cookbook. Just Kia owns a cookbook. Jant J. You can't say you don't need a cookbook. That's right, Joel. What do you mean you don't need a cookbook? What do you mean you don't need a cookbook? That means, are you telling me that you're limited to a certain amount of dishes? That means you don't cook. You are who I'm talking about, Jet. Welcome to the channel. You subscribe today. I love to have you here. You are who I'm talking about with your cute self. You are who I'm talking about. Why won't you guys cook? If you don't own a cookbook, you can't tell me that you cook. I won't believe you. Miss Dillard owns a cookbook. She got several. That's right. Don is saying, if you don't own a cookbook, you ain't throwing down. You may know how to make some food, but can you cook some food? It's a difference. It's a difference, ladies. JC said y'all lying. Women are cap.
Stop the cap.
JC doesn't believe all the women that's saying me. JC doesn't believe it. Listen, there's a difference between knowing how to make something and being a cook. There's levels to this shit. I mean, I ain't calling everybody a chef. I'm not saying you got to be on chef levels. Chef levels is on a whole different, that's a whole nother plateau. I'm just saying, do you know how to cook? And I ain't asking, do you know how to, I know how to make something. You know, I know how to make rice. I can make some rice. I know how to make some rice, y'all. I could make some fucking macaroni and cheese in the box, you know, just pour in the water. I know how to make some stuff. I can't cook. And for the ladies out there that's saying that they know how to cook and don't own a cookbook, that means you just know how to make a few things. I'm coming for you, Jan. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. When you have a recipe book, that's like what M. Mills is kind of alluding to. It's about making shit from scratch. It's about making things from scratch. She was taught by her great grandmother and both grandmothers. It's making things from scratch. I'm talking raw materials, you guys. We ain't talking about just add water. Men don't want to just add water woman. We don't want instant meal woman. We don't want microwave women. Ladies, we don't want microwave women. We don't. Shout out to Space Hopper 45 for the super chat. Everybody hit him with the one.
Being number one isn't easy.
Hit him with the one. He said, Space Hopper says, I don't need a cookbook. KS, is that Kevin Samuels? For your information, we need a Shan and a Kevin Samuels collab. Kevin Samuels is my fraternity brother. Yo to the Nupes. Yo to the Nupes. Yo to the Nupes. I'm a Kevin Samuels supporter. You know, there's women out there that, you know what I heard? You know what I heard in the dating world? Women are asking, some women, because I think women are starting to come around. Kevin had to fight through some shit over the course of the earlier this year. People was hating on him, and now people are starting to come around. But some women are saying, is qualifying the guys they're dating on if he follows Kevin Samuels or not. Women are out there advising women, if that nigga follows Kevin Samuels, don't fuck with him. I'm on the opposite end of the scale. I'm telling brothers, ask women, do they like what Kevin Samuels is saying? I don't care about Kevin's delivery. What about the content of his message? And if she don't rock with Kevin Samuels because of the content of his message, red flag. I need a sound for red flag. Red flag. Red flag. Red flags. Red flag. That would be dope. That would be dope. I've been on panels where Kevin has been in the chat, but I've never been on a panel with Kev. Oh yes, Deborah. I'm saying some women. I'm saying some women, not all. It's never all. There is no absolute. It's never all. There's some amazing women out there that can throw down. I mean, they could throw down in the kitchen. Young women that knows how to throw down. Here's the thing. They're probably married. Those women are married. Those women are cuffed. The women that can throw down in the kitchen, that knows how to put her foot in the pot, she's married. She got a ring. She got a ring on her finger. Men lock that down. We know what listen. I know we're visual and all of that. We like we like a good looking woman, but man, once we get past the looks and once we get past the orgasms, what else you got? And if you could bring the kind of value to this relationship, like cooking with glee, cheerful cooking. Oh my God, ladies, you on lock. You're getting cuffed. You're not going to last long. You're not going to last long. Deborah says she's not a baker. That's cool. Everybody's, you see what I'm saying? There's levels to this shit. You could be a chef. You could be a cook. You could be a baker. Some people know how to bake and don't know how to cook. Some people know how to cook and don't know how to bake. Some people know how to do both. Both of those are a science. It's a science to cooking and a science to baking. And then there's people like me who just know how to make some shit. And then there's people like your boy Shan that I just know how to make shit. But I'm looking for a woman. I'm looking for a wonderful woman. This time around, she's going to have to cook for me. Cheerful. I'm not going to learn how to cook, you guys. I'm not. I'm 49 years old. It's too late. I'm an old dog. You think I'm going to learn some new tricks? Well, yeah, I am on how to make more money. I'm all about paper. I make money. That's what I do. I'm leaving my brain open for new ways of income. I'm invested all over the place. I'm all about bread. I'll bring home the bacon. Baby, I need you to fry it up. I'll bring home the bacon. Baby, can you fry it up with a smile on your face? Or are you going to leave me one day like my man did, like my man's wife, and then say that you felt like a slave because you fed me? What kind of mentality is that? What kind of mentality is that? Because, I mean, think about it. Let's we talk about what women do for men. If we get to the point where you won't even cook, then what's left? What's left? If the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, that statement is no longer valid these days. Then what the fuck is left for you ladies? What else? What do men need you for? We know what you need us for. It's clear what women need men for. Women need men. It's not an option. You don't have an option to not have a man around. Even when you don't have a boyfriend or a husband, you still need a man to do most of the shit that you need done. The chair you sitting in was probably built by a man. Certainly the house that's protecting you from the elements outside was built by a man. We know you need men. If somebody was to break in your house, you expect men with guns to show up. Men with guns to show up. There might be a woman that pulls up. Most of her cohorts are men. Women, we understand why you need men. Safety and security on this planet is necessary. I see you, Clement. I'm going to pull you up right now in a second. But ladies, if you get to the point where we're asking women to do some of the basic things that men don't want to do, like cook, and you won't do it, then what the fuck do we need you for? You get to the point where we're starting to say everything that you're just a liability and an expense. If you're going to sit around and do nothing. Oh, I ain't cooking. I don't cook. I don't clean. But let me tell you how I got this ring. Ain't that what Cardi B said? I don't cook. I don't clean. But let me tell you how I got this ring. Follow me, blah, blah, blah. And the whole WAP song, right? Okay. If you don't cook and you don't clean because that's too submissive, then what the fuck else do you do? Oh, I bring value. I'm your backbone. How? I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Clement is in the house. What up, Clement? Clement, you got yourself on mute. You there? Uh-oh, he's frozen. Clement, you frozen. I'm trying to pull you up. Okay, I'm gonna push you out there. I'm gonna pull you up here. There you go. Clement, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Okay.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's happening? Bro.
Not much. Hey, you said you live in the Crenshaw area, right?
Yeah, off of 48th and 6th Ave.
I'm right up off of 5th and Slauson.
Ha! So you right around the block.
Yeah, man, we're around the same age, man. We probably we're high school.
I grew up in the Valley. I was born in L.A. I grew up in the Valley, so I graduated from Chatsworth. I
went to Chatsworth for 10 weeks. Some suckers kicked me out.
You was a Chatsworth chancellor? What year?
For the first semester of I want to say 90. Oh no, 90. No, the second semester 90.
Okay,
man,
you got there.
I did so. Hey, dude, I did so much, man. They didn't even have my grandparents come check me out, man. They let me check myself out.
So you was getting busted into Chatsworth because all the cool kids got busted in Chatsworth. I graduated in '89, so I graduated the year you came in.
Okay, see, so yeah, you graduated in '89. I'm actually should have been a 90 graduate, but I graduated in '91 because I ended up when I came back. Huh?
You was a badass because you was a badass.
No, actually, man, my mom's passed when I was a few years younger, and I went to state of Washington to stay with my pops for 3 years, and then I came back out there. Yeah, man. So I got held up a year back behind that mess. But nah, man. Like you, man. I was married before, had got 3 children from my first wife. Turned around, she bounced. She felt like she didn't need me, so she filed for divorce. Me being a dummy, I turned around and took her in again. Got married to her second time. Divorced again. Same one woman.
You remarried. Wow. You remarried the first. Okay. I got a partner that did that. And he just broke up with his wife again. My partner, he's up in the Bay Area. He's a big music producer. He was married once to her. They divorced. They went their separate ways. He married another woman, had children, lived a whole life and all of that. All that came to an end. She was in a whole different country. She broke up and all of that. They reunited together and then just recently broke up again.
Damn. I ain't go now. I ain't do all that shit. But no, after we got divorced the second time or whatnot, I'm just like, I'm done. You don't want this, School teacher, the whole 9, man. Take nothing away from her, man. Like you, hey, it is what it is. We move on. Turned around, man. The wife that I'm with right now, we separated, but we've been together for what, 8 years.
Now, is the wife you with now the one that feels like she's a slave?
Yeah, man. She felt like, the kids didn't appreciate her and this and that because we don't have no kids together. And she's about 5 years older than me.
Okay.
Nothing away from her either. She's a beautiful sister, whatnot, man. If she was wanting to be part of my system order in structure, we good.
But they're not gonna follow. Listen, come on.
No, they not. At the end of the day, all I get is you don't appreciate me, you don't love me. I ain't never been treated this bad before. The whole 9, and I'm sitting up there listening to her like, hold up. First of all, we ain't got no. And then compared herself to the kids' moms. Can't do that. How you can do that? Now, dude can throw down. Straight up cook her butt off. That was one of the things that I fell in love with her about, man, because she didn't have no problem in doing it when we hooked up. She was
Ladies,
like, don't care about all that. It's like I cook anyway. I always, because she don't really believe in eating out like that, whatever the case may be. About the kids, she knew about the kids. She knew about the situation with the ex-wife, the whole 9. Man, we get in 2-3 years later into the marriage, things started happening. She ain't happy about this. So she's always complaining about that. Always complaining about this. Now, mind you, I had a good job. 2019, I lost that good job. A few months later, that's when the pandemic happened. The minute it seemed like all that provision that was coming in, and the little things fell more on her plate, she started complaining. She felt like, hey, I'm paying all the bills in the house, and I'm like, no, you still ain't paying no rent up in here. And the rent that I'm paying ain't what you paying ain't compared to what it is that I pay just in the rent alone.
Yeah, a T-Mobile
So
bill and a $50 gas bill ain't no bills.
no. Now mind you, we was in a three bedroom, 2.5 bath that it was supposed to be a lease with an option to buy. It didn't happen that way. Long story short, I'm not even gonna go into detail. But anyway, when it came down to it, she turned. It was like when she was ready she had basically made her plans to exit out the door. So she needed an excuse. And one thing that, ladies, if you're gonna be honest, when you feel like you tired and you can go out and do better, y'all come up with every dang excuse on why it is you gotta leave that good man. Mm-hmm. The last words my wife told me, man, when she walked out this house, you a good man, you just not good enough for me.
Women are wrecking their homes. Listen, we talk about the stats. We know we're all about stats and numbers, right? 80% of divorces are filed by women, 60% divorce rate in the black community, and 65% of the women that file for divorce regret it later.
Yeah.
65% of the women who file for divorce, considering 80%, 8 out of 10 divorces are filed by the woman. 65% of the women regret it, and that's the ones that's willing to admit it. That's the ones that 65% is the ones that's willing to admit it. I would gather it's more like 80 to 90% of them regret it but they're too prideful to say so.
And Shannon, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a man. I didn't do everything right. I didn't do everything right in my first marriage, and the mistakes that I made in my first marriage, I tried my best not to make them again in the second marriage. In my first marriage, I wasn't the most faithful cat, man. My ex-wife turned around and said, "I ain't having sex with you no more." You know what my dumb butt did? I turned around and said, "If you ain't gonna do it, I'll go out there and get it in the streets," and that's exactly what I did.
But wait a minute, hold on. See, no. Wait a minute. Were you out there running the street and making a mess of your home by cheating, and then she said that, or did she say that?
No, okay. She said that before. And so the sad thing about it is, I say this both for the women and the fellas. Don't be to tell your next mate that you trying to hook up with, don't tell them all your past, because most of them will turn around and use your past against you. If they don't use it against you to turn around and try to make you feel guilty about what it is that they could be out there doing themselves, they try to throw it up in your face or they try to do it themselves. They try to play the same role that they felt that the first person got away with. Right. Like a lot of times, my second wife would try to pull stuff that she was like, "Well, you let your first wife do it. You're not my first wife." It's the reason why that's my ex. I mean, come on,
you're not her.
I mean,
you're not her.
You're not her.
You're not her.
Believe me, it's not to say take any.
If you don't mind me asking,
to take any sisters.
Clement, if you don't mind me asking, I don't want to get too personal. And I don't want to get too far off the topic, because we talk about women that don't cook. But let me ask you a question. Far too often, women are using sex as a weapon. I also wanted to touch on, but we'll come to that later. Maybe we'll do it on another segment. I'll have you up as a guest on another show, because you mentioned that you mentioned that your wife was doing all of that stuff when you were dating. She was happy to cook. She had big stew, big pots. Everything was all good. Y'all was cooking it up when you were dating.
No, dude. She actually did that she actually did that all the way up until she actually moved out the house. The day before she moved out the house, we was at odds, but she still made a meal.
Okay, but she also said she felt like a slave, though, right?
Yeah, and that's what her main complaint was. I mean, so it was like, I'm like, how can you be I said, I never seen a slave get taken to Cancun. I mean, Jamaica, the Virgin Islands. You know, things of that nature. I mean, anything that she did, I try to show as much appreciation for what it was that she had to put up with, because I know for me as a man, I wasn't the most easy to deal with. Now, one.
So now, here's the question. Here's the question. Hold on. Here's the question, because we can save that for another show. I want to touch on the sex as a weapon part. Now, you mentioned I wasn't the best man, Shan. You know, I stepped out on my marriage after my woman
That was
told
the
me
first
that
one.
she,
That was the first one.
Yeah, after the first marriage.
After the fact. Yeah.
After she told me she wasn't going to give me no more pussy, I went out and I cheated and I was a bad man. Oh, I beg to differ, brother. I have a different, I don't believe that. But let me ask you this. I like sources. I like to find out what the cause of. You know, it's not so much the effect for me. There's always a cause to every effect, right? And since this channel is about helping men and women become better versions of themselves, let me ask you this question. And you can be as transparent as you feel comfortable with. What made your wife, in hindsight, in retrospect, what made your wife get to the point where she felt that she didn't want to have sex with you anymore?
To be honest, one or two things. One, she got bored and got used to my program and how I did things. Apparently, she didn't see me in the way that she once saw me because it became normal to her. That's my first thought. My second thought is, and I think this is just with anybody, I didn't compare to the first one that really hit that bill. Even though she gave me 3 children, because after she gave me 3 children, when she found out I got married to my wife now, she turned around a year and started dating somebody else and got married. Didn't get married, had a baby.
Had a 4th baby.
Yeah.
Wow. So here's the deal. So what you telling me, that's kind of heavy. So
she didn't cook.
So yeah, she didn't cook, but one. Damn, bro. So she didn't tell you this though, right? This is just a feeling that you have.
What?
That you didn't rock her socks the way her first.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It didn't hit me like that until I got more into the Word of God. Started building a closer relationship with Jesus Christ. This is just me personally. I can't speak for anybody else. But these are some of the things that I kind of noticed. Once I got married to my second wife, I was starting to peel back the onion and I was like, hold up, something ain't right here. See, and that's where it comes into the understanding of knowing, okay, now I understand why God said you shouldn't have sex until you're married, first and foremost. I kind of understand the reasons why the rules was planted in the Testament the way it was. Because see, the thing is, for us as men, we can pump and dump, wipe off and go on about our business. But for every man that lays between a woman's thighs and lay up inside of her, he's leaving a piece, he's depositing a piece of himself inside of her. So now when you turning around and you got 3, 4 men, 5, 6, 7, 8 men that you done dealt with before you got to that one good man, that one good man got to deal with all them dudes before you.
Well, so listen. So here's the thing. So I did it. So I get it. So the first thing that she had an issue with was the fact that she got used to your program. I don't know if I buy that. She
didn't tell me that. That's just what I kind of assumed. You know
what
I'm saying?
I'm thinking that she told you that. Okay.
No, this is just me speculating. Yeah,
I mean, she got bored. Now, so women do get bored. For whatever reason, because women somehow think that, and that's another show I'm doing, like what's love got to do with it? You know, the business of marriage, because it is a marriage business, and women somehow they've been fucking given this Disney fantasy, and they think that they're going to be swept off into a life of bliss.
One, man, with the first one, the biggest problem she was concerned she was about her family with me. See, so basically pick up the kids and be over at her parents' house until she felt like coming home.
Got it.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it was more so of her influence, the power of influence. Now, for me, I did everything the right way. I went before her father, asked for her hand in marriage. When we went up before the priest or whatnot, he said, if anybody has anything to say that would cause it, nobody said anything. But the minute we get married, all of a sudden, everybody would be up at our goddamn business and try to tell us how we supposed to live our life.
But look, here's to point number 2. So I just did a show about body count. I did a show about body count, and I had my good friend up on the show on the panel with her. Her name is Lauren Melissa. She has a wonderful podcast, and we talked about body count. And many women seem to think that men don't care about the number. We just care about the proximity. And I tell women all the time, that's bullshit. It's not about the proximity. It don't matter if it's my homies that you ran through. I don't give a fuck if you came from New York. I don't care if you from South Dakota. If you was a big ass hoe and you took down the whole town in South Dakota and you moved to Los Angeles, you don't get to suddenly erase your history. But women seem to think that don't matter. But here's the thing. And so one reason why women, and so a young brother came up on the show, right? And he was explaining that a report was done that oftentimes a lot of the divorces where women are unhappy sexually, they discovered that those women had a lot of sexual partners before their husband. And the reason why is because women, when you have so much sexual experience prior to finally marrying somebody, this is why
it drives down your libido.
This is why men want women with a low body count or no body count. This is why men want women who doesn't have a whole lot of sexual experience. This is what's so precious about a virgin, because if I'm all you know, then I'm all you're ever gonna like. But if you got all this experience, then goddamn, we gonna have an issue. It's gonna be a problem. Yeah, you compare me to your last men.
And for all the ladies that think that it's not an issue, go ask Will Smith how you feel about Jada Pinkett still thinking about Tupac.
Yeah. Shout out to Michael DeJesus. Shout out to Michael DeJesus for hitting us with the $10 super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel. Michael says, "Hey Shannon, great show. I just want to say Clement is going to become a much stronger man from his experiences. God knows he's more than good enough. A new woman will feel the same way, I promise." Thank you so much, Michael DeJesus, for that. Thank you so much for supporting the channel too.
Unfortunately, Jesus, I'm cool right now. I ain't. I'm practicing semen retention right now because I ain't. No, I don't need the problems. I mean, honestly, man, people come with so many dang headaches, man, that you have to start taking Tylenol just to get a comfortable night's sleep. It just ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth my mind, my spirit, or my body, man. Tearing my body up, man. Being stressed out like that. I can't do it. I still got kids that I got to look after or whatnot, man. And they looking at me, you know, and they seeing me go through the process. And I tell my boys and I tell my daughter, this is why you don't do A, B, and C. Right. This is why you don't do this, because you don't want to go through what it is that you see your father going through. Yeah. You know, they had to watch, my boys had to watch it with their mother. All three of them had to watch it with my wife now. Now, if my wife was to get it right and want to be part of the program and do right, we good. But as long as you want to sit out there and live your life and act like you free and happy or whatnot, you don't have to adhere to no type of no order or whatnot. You go right on ahead, live your life, boo.
Yeah. Being real number quick, one isn't easy.
Everybody, all the soldiers, throw up your ones. Throw up your ones for Michael DeJesus and throw up your ones for Sir Shy 87.
Being number one isn't easy.
Sir Shy hit us with a $2 super chat. Thank you for your support. If she can't cook, she gets no gifts, no trips, and no pipe. No gifts, no trips, and no pipe. You should have said dick. No gifts, no trip, no dick. Okay. If you don't cook, you get no trips, no gifts, no dick. Shout out to Sir Shy 87 for your support. Thank you so much.
Hey, Shannon, I grew up, my grandmother owned a hamburger stand for over 30 years. My grandfather owned a construction company. The funny thing is about that, my grandmother would wake up at 6:30 in the morning, go open up the hamburger stand at 7 o'clock. Be there from 7 o'clock all the way up until about 4:35. You know what she went to go do at 4:35? She went to go cook my grandfather a meal and came right back to work after that. And closed the hamburger stand at 12 and never complained, dude.
Do they make them like that anymore? Shout out, everybody.
No.
Being number one isn't easy.
Throw up the ones. Look at the emoji. Look at the emoticons and throw up your ones. We got my man, Mr. Awesome. Man. Mr. Awesome hit us with a super chat. He says, the real Dana, don't come in here with your ignorance trolling now. Dana's here? You know, I'm not, I don't pay attention to the chat. Dana's here. Where's Dana at? She gonna probably pull up and talk some shit. Go ahead. Yeah, Clement.
She is. Hey, and the thing is, grandparents been married for 73 years. We just buried my grandmother back in August. 73 years of one woman.
And we got 73. Man. We got 73 people watching this show right now. Right now, 73 people watching the show. 73 years, you guys. 73 years in the game. She took. They don't make them like that no more.
No, man. And see,
they don't make them like that no more.
Hey, the thing is, these women sit up there and look at people like my grandmother and call her a pick-me because of the fact that they feel like all the mess that my grandmother had to take, and like I had to tell my people. Y'all don't know what went on behind closed doors. Y'all don't know what Granny said to that man to make him go off the way he did. Put his hands on my grandmother.
She took like that. Kia, real quick. Mute your YouTube in the background. Everybody, real quick before we talk.
Being number one isn't easy.
Cha-ching. Look, we got Black Ken. He hit us with the $10 super chat.
Being number one isn't easy.
Black Ken hits with the $10 super chat. He says, where the female can derive no further benefit from association with the male, no such association takes place. The bag is secured. The seed is secured. There is no reason to keep giving you sex. Wow. Wow. When women don't see any value in men, that's what we resort to. And a shout out to Marvelette.
Being number one isn't easy.
Shout out to Marvelette. Everybody throw your ones up. She says, I love to cook for my man, even though he's invisible right now. I just want a foot rub. But see, Marvelette is a dear friend of mine. She's part of my inner circle. She out here in Los Angeles. Marvelette is a chef. She's the owner of Sagacious Enterprises, which is Sagacious Catering. So you're a cheater, Marvelette. You're not just a cook. You're not just a baker. You're a chef. Only thing missing from you is a man. Shout out to Marvelette. Thank you for your support, Marvelette. I love you so much. Search Shy 87 hit us again.
Being number one isn't easy.
He said he lives in the Bay and most of the women can cook. Listen, I understand, Sir Shy. Thank you for the $2 super chat, man. He says most of the women in the Bay Area can cook. I know that most of the women down south can cook. I realize that most of the women down south can cook, but can the modern women from the Bay and the modern women from down south cook? I'm talking about the young women who don't care to cook, who's lazy, who don't even give a fuck about anything else other than Uber Eats and Postmates. Just Kia, what's up, girl?
Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
Good. It's Kaya.
Are you cooking? It sound like you, Kaya. It sound like you cooking, Kaya.
No, I think that's coming from Clement.
Oh, Clement. Clement.
It's not coming.
I'm like shit.
No, it is coming from you. I just muted your mic, Clement. So it's something that we hear all the audio over there. We hear water running and everything. It is coming from you.
Oh, I was washing dishes. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Kaya. How are you, love?
Hey.
Welcome.
I'm good, thank you.
Kaya, do you cook?
I do cook. I cook. And I'm sorry, I know you wanted to get back on topic, but I have a question for you. Do you believe what Clement is saying, everything that he's saying?
I believe what everybody says. I have no reason to think that he's lying.
Okay. So you don't recognize me? Me? Yeah.
No. Should I recognize you? Are you a friend of mine? Mm-hmm. Are you somebody? Listen. When I'm hit, I get hit with that question here in LA a lot, and whenever I get hit with that question, I'm like, oh shit.
You go to Taft. He went to Chatsworth. I actually graduated from Canoga Park High, the Hunters.
Oh my. Well, okay. So what year did you graduate, Kaya?
But I graduated 86, so I was ahead of you guys.
Well, but we was all ripping and running in the same time. Where did you grow up in the Valley?
I didn't grow up in the Valley. I was bused out there.
Oh, okay.
As we are.
Canoga was our rival. See, I played football, and so Canoga was one of our biggest rivals.
Right.
Shout out to you.
we had the famous Charles Banner. He was our quarterback.
Yes.
He was all yes.
Come on. Come on. Everybody know who Charles Banner was.
yes. So
That's
yeah,
what's
he
up.
was the main guy on campus, when they start busting us black people out there. But so you don't recognize me, not from then, but from something else.
Mm-mm.
No.
Refresh my
Okay.
memory. I hope you're not about to tell me that I have a son, a long lost son.
That would have been fun. And you know what? I like playing jokes. And that I didn't even think of that. That would have been fun. That really would have been fun.
I hope you're not telling me, Shan.
Hey, Shannon.
Yo.
What's the young lady name?
Which one?
The one that's
Kaya.
online with
us. Kaya.
I know y'all remember this. See, we get ready to go old school. Most people ain't gonna know about this. KDAY.
Come on.
Bobby Jimmy, you a fool.
1580 K-Day. Come on, Kaya. Come on, Kaya.
Yes, K-Day. Yep. Stevie Wonder brought that station out. Yes.
Hey, all I remember is, man, singing. Hey, I remember one day, man, we was on the bus going out there singing Roaches, man, on the day bus going to Chatsworth, man, one morning.
Hey, look, real quick. I want to give a shout out to Dana.
Easy.
Everybody throw the ones up for Dana for the $5 super chat. Dana says, Clement, stop stirring them grits. We hear them.
Oh, see, you know
Dana
what?
says, stop stirring them grits, Clement.
Hey, tell Dana that I said to go on and start keep her show going over there on her side and stay out of grown folk business. How about that?
Kaya,
shout out to Dana, man. I love her, man. She cool. She good people.
Remind me, Kaya, how do we know each other? Help me out.
Well,
I think y'all went on a date, Shannon.
I think that you know me well because you called me a liar.
I did.
With passion. With such passion. You
All right,
called me
out.
a liar. So I'm the one who shared the story about my ex-husband, and Mr. Kevin Samuels rolled up on me on Amara's show, and
I think I know who that is, man.
Stop the cap.
And you call me a liar when what's his name? Jedi Mike or Mike asked the question
on the Lapeef Network on King Talk.
Uh-oh,
so Kaya's coming. Kaya.
Yeah, I'm coming for you, Shannon.
Kaya's coming. She coming with some smoke, y'all. It's another smoke session. Kaya coming with some smoke.
First of all, Jedi Mike had asked about his question was about my ex-husband. What do you think about men being complacent and not growth and all? And you came right for me. He didn't ask nothing about me. You go, first of all, to tell you the truth, I really believe she was lying. She wasn't telling the truth.
You were.
100% I was not.
So let's talk about it. So let's give everybody a little quick backstory. See, everybody, this is what we do over here at High Value Shan. We be talking about women cooking and people come. Kaya got a problem. She's coming with some smoke. She's coming to correct me. And I'm not above reproach. First of all, I will apologize to Kaya if she can straighten me out. Kaya came to straighten me out.
Kaya, now don't come with all that smoke on my boy Shannon like that if you wasn't trying to bring it at Kevin like that. Now you can't. Now see, don't do that.
No,
you might.
I showed up only because my integrity means so much to me. I'm a person of honor. And then I've caught your show a few times before that episode, and you shared about you being a military man and stuff. So I would presume also your integrity means a lot to you. So when you called me a liar, I was like, oh, no, he didn't. You're not lying.
let's give Kaya. You were up on the Kevin Samuels show, so give hold on real quick, Clement.
I wasn't on the Kevin Samuels show. I was on Amira's show.
Oh, you were on Amira. That's right. You were on Amira's show, and Kevin cammed up.
Kevin came for me. I didn't call for Kevin. I didn't request Kevin. He came for me, which Kevin was fine. Yes, got you.
Which so was give everybody, fine. give real quick, everybody. Let's throw the ones up.
Isn't easy.
For Space Hopper 45, he hits us with a super chat. He says that he corrects me. He says that she was on with Kevin Samuels. Watch the Kevin Samuels show up here and tell her to go back to her husband.
No, thank you. Thank you, Super Hopper 45. I appreciate your input.
Kaya, give everybody a little backstory on what happened so they can because a lot of people are watching the show right now and they're like, what the hell are they talking about? So tell everybody a little bit about the story.
Initially, I went on Amira's show. I've never popped up. I said, okay, I'm just going to pop up and give my little 2 cents about dressing accordingly is what the topic was about. And then I shared a story about my daughter, my 14-year-old daughter. And then that led on to me sharing about my Christianity. And then that led on to Amira asking me, am I married? And I said, I'm divorced. And then she asked me the question, well, what do you think your ex would say if your daughter was bisexual or homosexual? And then that's where it all went left, because I said, hi, because I said that I don't believe he will be able to articulate why he is disagreeing with homosexual. And the reason, which I didn't get to, I did say that, I said, I don't believe he can articulate it, because he'll just say insulting things like, oh, that's an old, homo. I don't know if I can say that on here. That's homophobic. Or he'll say that's a fudge pack. He'll say insulting names. So that's what I meant by he wouldn't be able to articulate it. Then so I went on and said, he talks on a high school level or whatever. But I was just saying in reference to that. So it went from there, and then Mr. Kevin's. Oh, and then a audience member showed up and then started questioning me about my Christianity, because I was saying that all sin is the same.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It may be the same, but it comes with all sin comes with different consequences. No.
Okay.
Right.
Amen. So, and then what I was saying was really, I was talking we start talking about Christianity. So my thinking is, if you're a Christian, that means you're saved. You accepted Christ as your Lord and Savior. And if you have done that, all sin lies under the same umbrella, to me, in my belief, because Christ died for all sins. So if you're talking to an unbeliever, then yes, there's certain other different consequences or whatever for that sin. But neither here nor there at this point. So then we go on, Mr. Kevin Samuels shows up, and he asked me a question. I didn't get a chance to really answer it, but okay, he came for me. He called me horrible. I wrecked my family. And then I did say that I finally had to go because my ex-husband was smoking weed all day. And I'm like, I'm not going to
play video games.
I'm not going to have that around my son and my daughter to that extent, to where my daughter thinks that's the type of man you're supposed to marry. And then my son thinking, oh, I could just sit around and smoke weed all day. No, sir, not anymore, So it was
Kaya.
was hard to get it all out at once.
Well,
yes.
Hold on, Clement. Let her finish.
Ooh. Go ahead, Kaya.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So what? And then he had and then in the. Always, I hold total accountability. 100%. I agreed to marry this man. I did know to a certain extent what I was getting into. At the time, I did. And I take accountability that I left. But the thing of it is that I could never get out is because Kevin asked, was that your agreement? Okay, so it was our agreement at a certain point that he would stay home and take care, so we'd have to pay for childcare.
Mm-hmm.
The problem was he wasn't doing anything that he kept promising to do. So when I get to the point where I'm like, come on now, we got to, and have a talk with, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. He wouldn't do it. And then it just progressed on and kept going on. And then it just kept getting worse. And then, so it's like, it came a point to how long do I do this? I'm going to work. And then, so at that point I said, well, you need to get a job. This is probably about 5 years, 6 years in at this point. And
into what, the marriage?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And I'm pushing the point, like, you need to get a job or do, because you're not doing anything. I'm coming home and I'm still doing everything. And I really wanted my marriage to work. And I believe in marriage, of course. I did everything that I believe that I can do. And it was time to go. And I made a good decision for me and my kids. Don't be looking at me like that, Shannon.
Shannon, I got my finger raised up. Teacher, can I please ask a question?
Why can't we see you?
Because I'm on my earpiece. But
what they got to do with seeing you?
What they got? What Clement? No, what kind of excuse was that?
I'm right here.
Okay.
No, because I was in the room. Okay, you see me now? Now.
Yeah, we can see.
Miss Kai, you said you did everything that you thought you were supposed to do, right?
As far as what?
As far as your marriage.
Did I do everything besides staying? Yes, I want to say I did everything. Yep.
Okay. Can I share this with you? What was your marriage vows when you took them?
What was my marriage vows?
Yes.
Are you going to go to do us part and all that stuff?
For better or worse, sickness and health.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. Yeah.
Did you have did you have a traditional marriage?
No.
Was you married in a church? Huh? I can't hear you. I said, was you married in a church or did you elope?
No.
Okay.
We went,
but a priest still.
Clement, what's your point?
Somewhere.
I want you to go.
My point is this. This is why Kevin told her that she wrecked her home. It was an agreement that she made with the man. She turned around and let the man sit up there, sit in the home and play PlayStation or whatever he was, smoking weed or whatever the case may be. But you turn around and you walk out of your house, your home, from your husband because of the fact that he wasn't doing what it was that you wanted him to do. Your first mistake was you thought that you was a husband and he was a wife.
No.
Oh no. Actually, it was.
No, it wasn't.
No, and see, this is an excuse, Shannon, that you always hear from the women when they divorce their husbands. Now he wasn't abusing. Was he cheating on you?
No.
Was he abusing you?
No.
Okay, when you wanted sex from him, was he withholding sex from you?
Sometimes.
And you was as well, wasn't you?
Never. I don't believe in withholding from my husband. No, never. Never say no, even if I wasn't in the mood.
Okay, now see, here's where I question even the Christianity that you say you live by. Now, how long have you been divorced? How long have you been divorced from your husband?
Officially, it was final September 13th.
You're right.
Clement, you there?
Yeah, you did. You divorced him. It was official September this year. Hello?
Yes.
Did
she
I
said
what?
September this year. September this year, she divorced him.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, have you been seeing or dating anyone up until this point?
Clement, where you going with this?
Not one. No.
Okay, are you planning on seeing
The
someone?
divorce took over a year to get finalized. And I haven't
Okay,
dated one person, seen one person, haven't kissed one person, haven't done anything. No,
but
I
you plan
haven't.
on it, right? But you plan
I
on it, right?
plan on hopefully getting married.
Why in the heck would somebody want to marry you after you just sit up there and just dump the one bed that you had from your with that heck?
Because I am an amazing wife. That's why.
You amazing.
Very much so.
Hey, I'm not saying you're not. All I know is if Shannon
I know what
got
I
in
am.
contact with your husband, I'm sure you have a different idea about it.
Okay,
All right,
and
so
that's
look,
fine.
so
But
look,
You reckon
look, look,
my
look.
issue,
So look, let's get on point. She came up here to talk about what I said to her. All right. Now here's the thing.
exactly.
So let's talk about that. So hey, what up, Dana? I see you let your hair down when you
What's
pulled
up,
up.
Dana?
That's right, baby.
Why
So
is
listen,
Clement showing us his ceiling fans, honey, and his ceiling?
he cooking. Clement's
I
cooking
ain't
right
cooking.
now.
No, actually, I'm in my room folding clothes. Is that okay with you, Miss Dana?
Why you
Real,
don't have a
Being
phone?
number one isn't easy.
everybody, let's give a throw. Everybody, all soldiers, throw a one up. Throw the number one emoticon. It's the first emoji in the system. Mr. Awesome says, no. You don't get to change theology to your personal likings. To me, you are not God. Stop the nonsense. The Bible is clear on these things. He was talking about the sin and all that kind of stuff he was talking about earlier. Shout out to Mr. Awesome for the super chat. Sorry, I didn't even see that earlier. I got it now though. But here's the thing. So Kaya.
Okay, before you start, can I just say one thing, Shannon?
Yes,
What I
love.
wanted to ask you, do you think Clemens was lying when he was sharing his story about?
No.
So you don't think he was lying at all, right?
No.
But you came to the
Why would I lie?
conclusion I was lying. Why would I
Yes.
lie?
Yes. But first of
Okay.
all, here's a question. Do
Okay.
you remember why I thought you were lying?
You said that I changed my story.
Mm-hmm. And what part of the story do I believe you changed?
I don't know. I don't know because I didn't change any of it because all of my questions, for one, when I was answering questions, I was getting cut off. I never completed one answer at all. And then it wasn't told in order. So he would go to this question, cut me off, say what he had to say, then go to another question to try to find, I guess, something wrong. I don't know. But
All
so
right.
I don't know exactly why you thought I was lying.
Kaya, here's why I thought you were capping. Here's why I still think you
Okay.
were capping. Is because what happened was when Kevin pushed you to the question of the change in your husband. See, you guys had an agreement when you first got together that your husband was going to take care of the children because you were the breadwinner. You made it
Yes.
clear to everybody in that show that you were the breadwinner, you were making the most money, and that you were basically providing, right? I don't necessarily agree with that, but that's for a different conversation. So you were providing,
absolutely.
and you brought in what Kevin called a non-producer male. He's a non-producer male, as Kevin was called.
Okay.
And so you knew that you had a non-producer male, but his job was to make sure that the kids got to school. His job was to make sure that the house was clean. You said that he did cook and he did clean. You said that in the show.
I never said that. If you go back and listen, I said I had to come home from work. I said I work nights. I have to come home from work. I have to get the kids to school.
But
I
here,
said he
see,
would
that's
do
the
it for
part-
like a month or so.
That he'd do it for a short time and then he'd stop, right? Like he would do it at first, and then when you said, and so what happened was, this is the part that I felt that you were capping.
Okay.
When you got pushed to the point of, well, why did you get a divorce? Why did you get a
Because
divorce?
he was
Because no. I'm
smoking
not
weed.
asking you now. I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
When Kevin was asking you why did you get a divorce, you had said, oh, because he was sitting around playing video games, smoking weed, and not doing what he was supposed to do.
Yes.
And then the thing is, Kevin was like, well, wait a minute. You established this relationship early on. He was doing the part that he was supposed to do. And right there, it seemed, when I looked at you on the screen, it looked like you were just like, oh, shit. Let me add on to him so I could justify me wrecking my home.
I did what I did. That's it.
No, so it was a progression.
So hear me out.
Okay.
I know that's what you said on the show. You said, you said, Because what you said was he works now. I think Kevin said, does he work now? You said, yeah, he works now. But when we were together, he didn't. I believe. Is that what happened too? Okay, yeah, that's what happened. So he got a job after the divorce, but during the marriage, he didn't have a job. And so when Kevin was like, well, wait a minute, why did you push him out? Because women across the nation is sitting around watching TV all day long. That's the house. Goddamn, that's how General Hospital, As the World Turns, and every other soap opera became so popular. Women sat around and watched those shows while men were out there working. But the moment that a woman wants to take on the role to be the provider, if a man sits around and plays video games instead of watching General Hospital, suddenly it's a problem. And so then Kevin was like, why? And then it was at that point you said, oh, well, he's even stopped doing that, Kevin. I had to come home and he stopped taking the kids. I had to do this for the kids and I had to start doing that and I had to start doing all these things. You didn't mention that part in the beginning. That part somehow was conveniently added. That part was conveniently added when you were
so
pressed.
Do you acknowledge that every question that I was answering, I got cut off before I completed one answer? Do you acknowledge that?
Yes, yes, that's how Kevin was stepping on you. Yes, that's what he does.
Okay, yes. So yeah, and that's fine. That's totally fine.
But you had, but when you did speak, you had the opportunity to say that, and you didn't. Not until you got pressed as to why you got the divorce.
How much can I say before I get cut off? How much can I say before? Because I'm answering the question first, and in the beginning, while I'm answering it, I'm getting cut off. So I'm not even completing a full thought to answer that question. Then he cuts me off and say something, and then there's another question to where we're done with that because he didn't give his opinion about what I'm saying. However, I do want to say there was a progression, you know, and then another thing I want to say is I take ownership of all of this. Okay. 100%. That's Clemens. And then, so with me taking accountability, I would throw in there. I really assumed that all men, I really did. This is back when I was younger. This is 20 years back now. I assumed that really he would fall into, or he would be a man. I knew that. I wish would happen.
I know. See, here's the thing. So, and that's what Kevin was trying to explain to you. And that's why I said you were capping, because what happened is when you were you had the opportunity, you said, well, Shan, I didn't get a chance to get a word in edgewise. I didn't even have an opportunity to say that it was a progression and that he started to become worse and worse and worse. And I had to also work. And I know you're saying that now, but you said it only when you got pressed as to why you were getting the divorce. You're saying that you didn't have a chance. I got you. You saying it. It didn't seem natural and it sounded like you were lying. I'm just telling you how it sounded.
Absolutely.
And so what happened?
I wasn't.
No, I hear you. I don't listen. Nobody knows your relationship like you. Only people that know is you and him. All we can go off of is what you present to us. And as somebody sitting in the audience, I didn't cam up that day. I was just watching the show. I was just enjoying your pretty face on the show and listening to you talking to Amir and Kevin. And so I was like, okay, cool. I said, all right. Oh, she's capping. She's capping. As soon as Kevin asked her about why, because after year five, only 5 years, the kids are still babies. And he suddenly, because he's not this producer that you're looking for, suddenly, this is what we call cognitive dissonance. You started creating or started adding on to why he wasn't worthy of being your husband. And so then you created, it sounded like, I'm not saying it's the truth. Nobody knows really but you. But it sounds like you were creating and adding on shit as you were going on. You're making up the story. It sounded like you were making up the story as you was telling it. And so that's why I was like, oh yeah, she's capping. That didn't really happen. And to the point that he now works because he has to. But you were only married for a short amount of time.
Okay, so, and I'm going to say this, and I know there's going to be a bunch of people out there saying, why are you telling that? Okay, so first of all, because I had established, I told him I was done with this marriage and I'm leaving, okay? I found him the job. I filled out the application. I did all the work for him, you know, because he wasn't doing it and I didn't want to just leave him like that. Okay. And then
y'all still having
the job comes with an apartment. Because they say, "Oh, do you have your own place?" It does. And then when it came to the interview, that's when I told him about it, and he thanked me. It was because we already was going our separate ways.
Got it.
At that
No, I get it. Listen,
So
the reality is
out there by himself.
No, I get it. Listen, here's the thing. You were the breadwinner. You made things happen. You brought in the money, and you brought home the bacon, and like you said, you eventually had to start cooking it up. I'm just simply saying in this way that you told the story, you suddenly started cooking it up. You didn't even make it seem like that was something that he progressively did. So when you said that, I was like, oh, she's not telling the truth. She's not. And this is what makes it even more unbelievable, because you, in your own admission, saying that you were hoping one day that he'd become the producer male that all women want naturally. All women want that. You see the memes all the time. Women say, "Oh, you know what? Just because I can take care of myself, don't mean I still don't want a man to lead." This is part of women's nature. It's part of women's nature to be able to be in a relationship with a nice, strong, leading man that loves and supports his family, protects his family, does all the things that men are supposed to do. And apparently you had a husband that didn't do that. And you knew the job was dangerous when you took it. You married him anyway. And I think that he was always... Huh?
I did not. I did not know this when I took him. I had it. Really, I was ignorant to the fact that a man wouldn't be a man. I promise you, I don't know how. I mean, it is so much the truth. I had no clue that's what it was going to.
You know what? I'm not going to knock you.
I'm not going to knock you
on that, because I believe a lot of people ignore red flags when they see them. A lot of people.
I don't know. Maybe it was a red flag. To be honest with you, Shannon. Now, if he would have done what he was saying that he was going to do, I would have been fine with that, because at a point when the kids were in junior high, he was supposed to get a job. That was our agreement. It kept changing because he wouldn't do it. Even if he would have did that, even the job he has now was fine. If he would have was doing what he said he was going to do, I would still been in the marriage. And then he got to the point where he got so comfortable, the weed increase as time was going on, and that by this point he don't give a damn. He's just on the couch.
Can I cut in? Because I gotta go. Shannon, you be going on and on. You see other people up here, but I gotta go and I gotta.
But you had something going. We heard a lot of audio. There was a lot of feedback coming from your mic, so I had to mute you.
My mic, or was it Clement?
No, it was yours.
No, it wasn't my mic. I tested mic.
Oh, I don't know. Something been going on with my audio. I had to do a test earlier, but how do I?
It's clear now. Yeah, it's clear now. It was just earlier.
My phone. But listen, Kaya. Kaya. Honey, you married a Dusty.
Oh, here we go.
And you did.
Now I know that now.
You should have known this before. You got 2 babies with him, right? Yeah, and that he was a Dusty. And don't be giving excuses as into why you got the divorce. You got the divorce because you realized he was a Dusty. That's it. And it seems like you're trying to massage the reasons why, or trying to justify it, and you really don't have to. Just, he was a Dusty, and I had realized he was a Dusty after the 2 kids, after we were married, and I realized, you know what, this is not good for me to still be married to a Dusty.
But wait. What makes him a Dusty though?
First of all, he wasn't working, because he was not working. He was.
But that. But that happened. But everybody's not a producer now. But why does that make him? So because he wasn't working, that makes him a Dusty. Mm-hmm. When they knew when that was the nature. That was the nature of their relationship when they got married.
Let me answer, and because I'm running short on time, but he's a Dusty because he should have never taken on a wife when he was not employed. What kind of a Dusty does that? So as a man, if you are a real man, then you should not be taking on a wife.
Dana, we gotta disagree on that one.
She knew he wasn't
working when she married him, so why would she marry a man that's not working?
That's what I'm saying.
But that don't make him necessarily a Dusty.
That don't make him necessarily the Dusty. That makes him more like the Dusty. No, that makes him more like the broom that's sweeping the dust.
No, any man that makes children and marries a woman willingly, he wasn't forced, and he can't provide, and you have your woman, the breadwinner, providing financially, you are a dusty. You should not make children if you can't take care of them. You should not take on a wife if you can't take care of your wife in the household. You should know.
Being number one isn't easy.
Space Hopper 45 says Kevin Samuels tries to get straight to the main points. He's running a show. Y'all tell stories and not get straight to the point. But it wasn't Kevin Samuels' show, Space Hopper. It was somebody else's show. It wasn't during the Kevin Samuels show. It was a mirror show over at the Libido network.
Yeah.
So but nevertheless, he still tries to get straight to the point. And then I also want to get this one here. Space Chopper came back and said that she's saying all this now about the father of her children is shameful. Once your kids see this, well, maybe not.
Did Kevin answer the same question?
But
they was in the same marriage as I was, so they seen it already.
Bye, guys.
What do you mean, bye? Where you going?
I do my show in like 10 minutes. That's why I'm like, okay. I just was in and out.
Oh, shit. I gotta do my show. I got a whole nother show.
Your opinion.
Bye, Dana.
Bye, Dana. Love you.
Go cook your grits, honey. Go cook your grits. All right. Bye, guys.
Talk to you, girl. Bye. I normally, you know what, like, so Dana was basically saying he's a dusty. You know, there are dusty men out there. I get it. I understand that. I do advocate for men. The thing is, because he was always like that, is I guess is where I'm like little, because I don't know the guy. See, the thing is, he was doing what he always did, but you said it got worse, and you were expecting it to get better. You were expecting it to get better. You was expecting him to start producing and doing more. And he didn't, not only, and you're saying that not only did he not maintain what he was doing, it got worse. He wasn't even doing a little bit that he was supposed to do. I don't get into people's relationships like that. Go ahead, Clement.
Shannon. Kai, I ain't trying to get too personal, but be honest. So in the beginning,
I'm always honest.
In the beginning, was it that he was hitting that ooh-wee spot, and that's what made you forget about the fact that he wasn't working?
Because you say you didn't see no red flags. I don't believe that. That's another. I think that's, you know, you.
Stop the cap.
I didn't see any red flags.
You said you had no idea. You said you were oblivious. You said you were oblivious to the.
So he was making you say,
like I said, is a man. I just assume a man would be a man, like do what is natural. I didn't have an example of a marriage. I didn't have an example of these things, but I naturally fell into a wife role. It was naturally in me. It wasn't shown to me.
No, you didn't fall into a wife role.
You so didn't.
You wasn't a wife.
You was doing all the work.
So you fell into a husband role. No,
you fell into the husband role.
Okay, well, that wasn't my choice, and you know, that's not. I still wanted to. I'm very traditional, and that's what I wanted. I did, but I was already a nurse when he came into my life. I was already a nurse and already established. You know, being single.
Kai, you said you're traditional, but you didn't have an example growing up to know what a man is. So how is it that you was traditional, but not having an example growing up to know what a real man is? If you're traditional, that means hold up. If you're traditional, in my thinking, Shannon, correct me if I'm wrong. When you say you're traditional, then that means that you've seen the aspects of a traditional marriage on how it's supposed to be, both from the man and the woman. Am I wrong about that, Shannon? Am I off base?
No, I believe in the Bible. I've been a Christian since I was 9 years old, so I believe in the role what the Bible said.
No, it has nothing to do with it. Christianity has nothing to do with it. We're talking about the natural role between husband and women. So here's the reality: women. Listen. Sorry. So hear me out. Men on this planet, on planet Earth, have 4 key roles: provide, protect, problem solve, and procreate. It's the 4 P's of men. All men, and I try to teach the younger ones as best I possibly can, that they have 4 things that they need to do before they become a husband. That's why I don't want them concentrating on marriage in their 20s. They need to be able to provide, protect, problem solve, and procreate. Women have but one: procreate. Other than that, Your purpose here is to support your man in doing what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Your purpose here is to support your man in his effort of providing, protecting, and problem solving for you. Together, you guys procreate. That's the one that you do. Now, here's the thing. When you say that I'm traditional, Shan, I got with this guy. I thought one day that he'd step into the role and step up and be the man that I've always in my heart of hearts wanted, but he wasn't there yet. And I was already a nurse, Shan. What you thought I was going to give up my career for a guy that didn't even have a job? That's ridiculous. I'm not going to do that, but I fell in love. And that's why Clement was asking you, did he hit that spot? And you ignored all the red flags, but they were there. Now, here's the thing. If you're traditional, you would have known from the very beginning that he needed to provide, protect, and problem solve. And he wasn't doing that when he first said his vows. When he said, I do, he wasn't coming into the marriage problem solving. He wasn't coming into the marriage providing. And naturally, he can't protect. So when you say I'm being traditional, Shan, you couldn't have been. You were providing. You were providing. You were protecting. You were problem solving for that family in the very beginning, all the way through the entire marriage. You were the husband. You were the husband, and he was the wife. And you were hoping that you guys would switch that role one day, but he became even a worse wife. And you had to be a husband and some of the wife parts. So it's difficult when you say, "Well, Shan, I'm very traditional. I'm traditional."
Well, haven't you ever been something, but it just didn't work out the way you anticipated? Because you go through life, live life's experience, and you grow and learn from those things. So what I have to say is I've learned. I didn't have that type of understanding, that type of insight, the foresight or anything like that. Now I do.
Okay, now see, that's a different statement.
Can I finish, please? Even though I didn't understand or know what it looked like then, that does not still negate that I'm a traditional woman and what I want and what I desire and who I am as a person, today, as a woman, as a wife. So at this point, I have learned. That's why I had to get out of that, because that wasn't for me. I couldn't let that example continue to be for my kids, our kids. No, I couldn't do that anymore. I did, and I stayed in there as long as I could because I truly wanted it to work out. I really did. And it just didn't. So when, it's like when people keep saying, even when Kevin Samuels, oh, you shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have did that. I understand that, but I did do that. I made that decision 18 years ago and I did that. Okay. So we're here now. So don't tell me what I shouldn't have done. It's already done. So I'm here now. And because of that, I'm a better, stronger woman. Because of that, I have learned, what it is that I should look for and expect out of a man. Because of what I've been through, all these women out here now have an example of me. I can share my experience with them like, girl, no, whatever, however I want to talk and deliver the message of whatever it is, I can share from experience and empower and help other women, to decipher and, figure out and be a support system. So Thank you for letting me get that out. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. You got
Shannon,
it.
I got a question for you.
Coming up here with smoke. Keep it quick, Clement, because I gotta end this. I gotta end this live in 4 minutes because I got another show.
Real quick. You said you very much a Christian. Your Christian beliefs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Shannon said that you was more of the man, more of the husband in the marriage than you was the wife. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. What does the scripture say about how a man is supposed to love his wife?
Okay, so did you not just hear everything that I just said, Mr. Clement?
No.
It's like just
answer the question, Miss. Just answer the question. No, answer the question.
We can continue to go in a circle. I made the decision of what I made, and
that's not my question. That wasn't my question.
What's your question, Mr. Clemens? What's your question?
Okay, so if you was acting more as a man, as a husband in a relationship, the scripture says that a husband is supposed to love his wife as Christ loved the church, giving himself up, washing them with the water of the word, correct? So
Yes.
if you was more of the husband in the relationship, why couldn't you be as a husband
Being
as
number
Christ
one
loved the
isn't
church?
easy.
And intercede for your husband to be the husband that you wanted him to be. You
I
understand what I'm
missed the
saying?
middle part. I didn't hear the middle part of what you said.
I said, why is it that if that's the case and you was acting more as a man in the marriage, why isn't it that if your Christian beliefs are as what it is that you say they are at the time, I'm not talking about now. What you are now is what you are now. My question is to you moving forward. What would your role be moving forward with the next man that you would want to be married to?
Okay, so you changed the question, right? Am I clear about that now?
Yeah, I changed your question because I don't want, like you said, I don't want to go backwards into this. So moving forward, what is your divine role as a woman, preparing to be as a wife?
No, I am a wife, and how
What makes you a wife?
display that?
What
not
makes
gonna
you
go
a wife?
long. We only got 1 minute. I gotta break out. If you got a solid question, then we can continue it later. Because I got another show. I got a show at 6:15.
Yeah, go ahead, man. It's all good, man. I need to eat
it's
anyway.
6 o'clock. I got 6:15. I ain't even prepped for the other show, and I got 12 brothers. I do a show called Ask a Black Man Anything every Thursday at 6:15. This show was only supposed to go for an hour. Somehow we ended up here 2 hours.
Ask a Black Man Anything? I've never heard of that. I'll have to go check it out.
Yeah, if you go to YouTube,
I need to come join that chat, Shannon.
If you go to YouTube, type in the word "Ask a Black Man Anything," you'll see my little logo of a black man with a it's a Ask a Black Man Anything, and we go live every Thursday at 6:15. Yo,
hey Shannon, since we so close, man, we need to hook up and chop it up, man.
Come on, man.
We get something, man.
You live jogging distance from the house. You right down the block.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
You right down the block.
Okay, we'll hook up, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring you guys back when I got more time. Kaya, I appreciate you pulling up.
All right, no problem. Bye, Kaya.
Clement, I appreciate you pulling up. We're gonna table this question. Because I have a show coming up called "What's Love Got to Do with It?"
Not a goddamn.
I got a show coming up. Called "What's Love Got to Do with It?" The business of marriage. The business of marriage and the expectations. And the question that Clement is asking you, Kaya, right now is perfect for that show. Today, we're supposed to be talking about food and why women don't cook these days. But you came up for some smoke. Kaya had to get some shit off her chest, and she wanted to come up and let Shannon know. She been waiting. She was like, I'm gonna have to let this nigga know.
I think she secretly, Shannon. Hey Shannon, I think Kai secretly emailed Dana for her to come in and do a drive-by and leave out.
Oh yeah, women. That sisterhood is powerful, boy.
Oh yeah,
that sisterhood is powerful.
Over everything for them.
All right, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, women don't cook. I know, right? Some people are coming in the show right now like, what the fuck are you talking about? Don't cook. Why is the title of this show, Do Women Cook Anymore? Do you even know how? And we up here talking about, so we were talking about cooking, but Kaya had some smoke for me. She wanted to let me know how she felt about me talking on the Lapeef Network under King Talk when I had said that she was a liar. When I said that I thought she was capping. Because it sounded like when she was talking to Kevin Samuels on that same network under Amira's show, when she changed her story to, in my eyes. See, the only people that know the whole truth and nothing but the truth is Kaya and her husband. It's Kaya and her husband. And to be fair, Kaya she didn't get a chance to say much during that show. So she was, kind of on the hot seat. I don't know if you guys ever been put on the hot seat, but the hot seat is really hot. And it was tough for her to answer her questions the way she wanted to answer them. But the way it came out to me is almost like when Kevin pushed her and said, yo, so then why are you getting a divorce after only 5 years? And he's doing what he was supposed to do. He's doing what he was supposed to do. She then said, oh, no, but he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. Oh, no. So now I had to start picking up the kids and I had to start doing all this other kind of stuff. She introduced all that other stuff when Kevin asked her about that. And it was just like, why didn't you mention that before? So now we got that clear. She's cool. I appreciate you, Kaya. Please come up more often. We're friends. We're all from the same era. Me, Kaya, and Clement. We're all 70s babies. Appreciate you guys for showing up. We're talking about why women don't cook. I had some more stuff I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to talk about submission, brought up by Edward Anderson. You know, I wanted to talk about, well, women, if you guys are not cooking and you don't clean, I don't cook, I don't clean. Let me tell you how I got this ring. That's what Cardi B is teaching women, right? Well, if you don't cook and you don't clean, and men can just go out and get a damn chef, a personal chef, and hire Molly maid to come clean the house. What good are you? At that point, are you just a liability, just an expense? You're just another expense? Ladies, what's up with cooking? It was once said that a way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and you guys are like, damn that. I think you need to get back to that. We'll table this conversation for another show. Right now, I want everybody to run over to YouTube, search, and type in Ask a Black Man Anything. Ask a Black Man Anything. We're getting ready to go live over there. I'll be live over there in 15 minutes. 20 minutes. Give me 20 minutes. We're gonna have to start the show late. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody here. I appreciate everybody here. Did you guys do the chat contest? We're gonna run the chat contest real quick. Let's run the chat contest real quick, you guys. Hold on. Let me pull it up. To everybody that said salute, not that many people said it. You had to say salute. I'm gonna stop giving you guys opportunities to say salute. Please hit the like button on this video. Let me run the chat contest. Here's the chat contest. Oh, I got a screen for this. Here's the chat contest. Dario M. Mills, Lakeisha, Mr. Awesome. I'm gonna give you guys 20 seconds to come to the chat and type in the word salute with an exclamation point. Type it now. You can't just say salute. You got to say salute and add the exclamation point. I'm going to fix it so that you don't have to do that, but you have to do that. Do it. Mr. Awesome, you're in. 5. I'm going to count to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with an exclamation point. 7, 8, 9, 10. Teresa, you're in. 11. Square Biz, you're in. 12. Brooklyn Go, you're in. Brooklyn GQ, you're in. 13. 14. 15. Just Kaya, you're in. 16. 17. 18. AP Leo Queen, you're in. LaRonda, you're in. 19. 20. You guys are in. Here we go. Let's close the entries. The entries are closed. And the winner of today's giveaway is Square Biz. Square Biz, you are the winner of today's giveaway. Follow the instructions in the chat. It just told you Square Biz has won the free gift card. Follow those instructions and we got you covered. I appreciate everybody for pulling up tonight. Thank you so much. Please, everybody, subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to my channel. I need to get 2,000 subscribers before the end of this month. That means I got less than 2 weeks to get 2,000 subscribers. It's very ambitious goal, but I believe I could do it if you guys help me out. Please subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Like this video and join the army. You see the people in the chat that has that little the rocker? See the rank that they have? They're part of the army. We're opening up a whole lot of more benefits for the people that's members of my channel. I'm Mr. Shan, the man with the plan. I've been there, done that, and not much surprises me anymore. And everybody, you are dismissed.
chica quiere, esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver. Pa' que el CP se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en él. Como que ella quiere
subscribe, like the channel. Come on. Oh, oh, oh.
Se da cuenta que no necesita a alguien más. Quiere un selfie para su Instagram. Ella ya no quiere relación. Alguien que diga su condición, que solamente le dé traición, para después llegar con un perdón. Quiere hangar y ser de esos pibis que goza la vida y lo hacen como esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver. Para que el CP se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca en mí. No tiene sueños, solamente en sus sueños. Nos ponemos risueños con un norteño y mi flow brasileño. Yo te juro que es bueno, ya me doy el follow. Ese empate si lo desigualo. Le gusta lo honesto y lo malo. Me traje un regalo. Ella ya no quiere relación. Alguien que diga su condición, que solamente le dé traición, para después llegar con un perdón. Quiere hangar y ser de esos pibis que goza la vida y lo hacen como esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver, ella quiere ver. Para que el CP se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca en mí. Dime todo lo que ella quiere, nada ha sido regalado. Entre más independiente, más quiero estar a su lado. Esas nenas, mata, es que más. Ella está plena la noche entera. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver, ella quiere ver. Para que el CP se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca